Welcome into the Cryptid Corner. Today's cryptid is the unicorn. Is it a magical beast or a creature lost to time? It's another animal that's not usually a cryptid. People just think of it as a mythological beast, but it had to start somewhere. The unicorns are described as a beast with a single large pointed horn in its head. That's the basic description. So the first unicorn was the Siberian unicorn, and this is a prehistoric unicorn from about 35,000 years ago. Got a stocky body and a large single horn. The first depictions we have of actual unicorns were actually more of a bovine animal, so like a cow or like an ox, I guess. And they were on a soapstone stamp in the Indus Valley civilization found in the Bronze Age in about 2000 BC. It's more of a cow depiction, or again, like the bovine depiction with a curved horn. There was some theories that suggested that the second horn is hidden behind it because it's just from a side view. But there was these terracotta toys found that depicted a horse-like creature with a single horn. So there was actually single horn animals found in that civilization. So it was also mentioned in ancient Greek accounts, not mythology, but actually natural history. They also believed that it lived in India. It's described as an Indian donkey, and it also had a specific measurement for the horn, which I think is unique because it's not just, oh, it was about this long. So it said it was a cubit and a half, and that translates to roughly 28 inches, so almost a 2-foot horn, so pretty long. So then we get to the most commonly known, the European depiction, which is a white horse with a long spiraling horn. And the horns actually have a magical property of healing in the European depictions. The Bible refers to a riem, and it was translated from Hebrew to Greek to English. And in that translation, they actually translated it as a single horned beast and unicorn. Like they use the word unicorn in some of the Bible versions. The more common translation is an ox or a bull. So it was just kind of one of those mess up things in translations. And then another main contribution to the European myth is actually from sailors and merchants in the Baltic Sea. So there was this belief in unicorns and that their horns had this magical healing property. So the sailors started taking out narwhals, which is a real thing. Some people don't know that narwhals are actually real. And they started trading their horns in the markets, saying that they were unicorn horns. And you can see from the picture that it is a long spiraling horn, pretty long, probably about 28 inches. So it kind of ties into that myth pretty good on where the spiraling horn came from. So some common misidentifications or possible theories. Most of the early depictions come from the Indian region, and it is theorized that it could be the Indian rhinoceros. Well-known Marco Polo traveled this area. He detailed his account and description of this animal, and he said that it lived in the mire and the mud, and it was a hideous beast and nothing like what was depicted as a white horse with a horn. So they saw the rhinoceros in India, and then as it spread across the trade routes and travel, it became skewed. Because how can you, just like the Komodo dragon, how do you describe something that somebody's never seen before? They're gonna revert back to what they know, which most people know horses. So when you say you want a large beast, rhinos are pretty fast for their size. It most likely got transferred from the rhinoceros to a more horse-like body. And then what really helped spread it was people capitalizing on that market and those sailors bringing in the narwhal horns to sell. And that's where you get that twisted horn from. You have the original base animal from 35,000 years ago where it's literally a unicorn. The horn's more up on the forehead than a rhinoceros is, and then it just gets skewed over time. And that's how we have this majestical beast that is the unicorn now.